What's the advice for the safety of creatine use for teenagers right now in 2023? Here's my roundup of the current landscape because the landscape has changed. I'll highlight the up to date advice in 2023 that every teenager and parents of teenagers considering taking creatine should know. And make sure you stick around until the end because I'll provide the anti doping view on creatine as well as resources to assist seeking out certified supplements in the US and even an app for Australians. Well over 2,000 studies have investigated the effects of creatine supplementation on various aspects of health and performance. Many of these studies have focused on the effects of creatine on athletic performance, muscle mass, strength, and muscle related disorders. Other studies have explored the potential benefits of creatine for conditions such as neurological disorders, heart disease, and diabetes. The overall body of research suggests that creatine is safe and effective for improving athletic performance, increasing muscle mass and strength, and may have potential therapeutic benefits for certain health conditions, noting that many have suggested there is not enough research around use by teenagers. So, what about teenagers then? There have been several studies on the use of creatine by teenagers. Four key findings from these studies include: number one, creatine supplementation does not appear to have any negative effects on growth and development in healthy teenagers. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that creatine supplementation did not affect growth, body composition, or hormone levels in teenage boys over a period of 8 weeks. Number two, creatine supplementation may improve athletic performance in teenagers. A study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that creatine supplementation improved muscle strength and endurance in teenage athletes over a period of 12 weeks. Number three, creatine supplementation may be safe for teenagers with certain medical conditions. A study published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition found that creatine supplementation did not have any negative effect on kidney function in teenagers with chronic kidney disease. And number four, creatine supplementation may have some cognitive benefits for teenagers. A study published in the Journal of Psychopharmacology found that creatine supplementation improves cognitive performance in teenage boys over a period of 6 weeks. It's important to note that all of these appear to be short duration studies. It's also important to understand the 2018 stand by the International Society of Sports Nutrition, the ISSN, which in part clearly stated adolescents should refrain from the use of creatine supplements until more data are available. The 2018 position stand acknowledged that creatine supplementation is safe and effective for improving athletic performance and increasing muscle mass and strength in healthy individuals. However, suggested caution should be exercised when considering creatine supplementation for individuals with certain medical conditions, and more research is needed on the effects of creatine supplementation in adolescents. Stick with me because there is new information which, as a teenager or parent of a teenager, I would definitely want to be aware of. In April 2022, the International Society of Sports Nutrition published an updated position stand. It stated that in addition to athletic and exercise improvement, research has shown that creatine supplementation may enhance post-exercise recovery, injury prevention, thermoregulation, rehabilitation, and concussion and/or spinal cord neuroprotection. Additionally, a number of clinical applications of creatine supplementation have been studied involving neurodegenerative diseases. For example, muscular dystrophy, Parkinson's, Huntington's disease, diabetes, osteoarthritis, fibromyalgia, aging, brain and heart ischemia, adolescent depression, and pregnancy. These studies provide a large body of evidence that creatine can not only improve exercise performance, but can play a role in preventing and/or reducing the severity of injury, enhancing rehabilitation from injuries, and helping athletes tolerate heavy training loads. Additionally, researchers have identified a number of potentially beneficial clinical uses of creatine supplementation. These studies show that short and long-term supplementation, up to 30 grams per day for 5 years, is safe and well tolerated in healthy individuals and in a number of patient populations ranging from infant to the elderly. But here's the crunch, and the last part blew me away. There are 9 statements in the International Society of Sports Nutrition official position, and they are all significant. Number 1, creatine monohydrate is the most effective ergogenic nutritional supplement currently available to athletes with the intent of increasing high intensity exercise capacity and lean body mass during training. Creatine monohydrate supplementation is not only safe, but has been reported to have a number of therapeutic benefits in healthy and diseased populations ranging from infants to the elderly. There is no compelling scientific evidence that the short or long-term use of creatine monohydrate up to 30 grams per day for 5 years has any detrimental effect on otherwise healthy individuals or among clinical populations who may benefit from creatine supplementation. Number 3, if proper precautions and supervisions are provided, creatine monohydrate supplementation in children and adolescent athletes is acceptable and may provide a nutritional alternative with a favorable safety profile to potentially dangerous anabolic androgenic drugs. However, we recommend that creatine supplementation only be considered for use by younger athletes who A, are involved in serious, competitive supervised training, B, are consuming a well-balanced and performance-enhancing diet, C, are knowledgeable about appropriate use of creatine, and D, do not exceed recommended dosages. Number 4, label advisories on creatine products that caution against usage by those under 18 years old, while perhaps intended to insulate their manufacturers from legal liability, are likely unnecessary given the science supporting creatine safety, including in children and adolescents. Number 5, at present, creatine monohydrate is the most extensively studied and clinically effective form of creatine for use in nutritional supplements in terms of muscle uptake and ability to increase high-intensity exercise capacity. Number 6, the addition of carbohydrate and protein to a creatine supplement appears to increase muscular uptake of creatine, although the effect of performance measures may not be greater than using creatine monohydrate alone. Number 7, the quickest method of increasing muscle creatine stores may be to consume approximately 0.3 grams per kilogram per day of creatine monohydrate for 5 to 7 days, followed by 3 to 5 grams per day thereafter to maintain elevated stores. Initially, ingesting smaller amounts of creatine monohydrate, for example, 3 to 5 grams per day, will increase muscle creatine stores over a 3 to 4 week period. However, the initial performance effects of this method of supplementation are less supported. Number 8, clinical populations have been supplemented with high levels of creatine monohydrate to 0.8 grams per kilogram per day, equivalent to 21 to 56 grams per day for a 70 kilogram individual for years with no clinically significant or serious adverse events. And number 9, further research is warranted to examine the potential medical benefits of creatine monohydrate and precursors like guanidinoacetic acid on sport, health, and medicine. In their conclusion, they state that creatine monohydrate remains one of the few nutritional supplements for which research has consistently shown ergogenic benefits. Additionally, a number of potential health benefits have been reported from creatine supplementation. Now, this is a part of their conclusion is important. Comment and public policy related to creatine supplementation should be based on careful assessment of the scientific evidence from well-controlled clinical trials, not unsubstantiated anecdotal reports, misinformation published on the internet, and or poorly designed surveys that only perpetuate myths about creatine supplementation. And then the part that blew me away. Given all the known benefits and favorable safety profile of creatine supplementation reported in the scientific and medical literature, It is a view of the ISSN that government legislators and sports organisations who restrict and or discourage use of creatine may be placing athletes at greater risk, particularly in contact sports that have risk of head trauma and or neurological injury, thereby opening themselves up to legal liability. This includes children and adolescent athletes engaged in sport events that place them at risk for head and or spinal cord injury. Okay, summary time. Before we get to the anti-doping view and resources, numerous short-term studies have found no detrimental effects on growth and development in healthy teenagers. It may improve their athletic performance. It may even be safe for teenagers with certain medical conditions and may have some cognitive benefits for teenagers. More significant, though, is the most recent position of the International Society of Sports Nutrition suggesting that short and long-term supplementation up to 30 grams per day for 5 years is safe and well tolerated in healthy individuals and in a number of patient populations ranging from infants to the elderly. And most crucial, in my opinion, their statement that it is their view that government legislators and sport organizations who restrict and or discourage use of creatine may be placing athletes at greater risk. Okay, so now the anti-doping stance. Both the US Anti-Doping Agency, USADA, and Sport Integrity Australia published that creatine is not a banned substance. Sport Integrity Australia suggests no supplement is safe to use and it is a risk to your career by taking a supplement because many supplements are contaminated with substances prohibited in sport. These may not be listed on the ingredient labels. Sport Integrity Australia provide an app that lists supplements sold on Australian shelves, which have been certified by HASTA or Informed Sport. It also provides a risk analysis for other supplements you may be considering. The app will also warn you if you have searched for a supplement that they know contains or lists a banned ingredient. The app is available in both the Apple and Google Play stores. USADA similarly have resources available. Supplement Connect is USADA's dietary supplement safety education and awareness resources. Similar to Sport Integrity Australia, they directly suggest the reality that the use of dietary supplements can be risky and that awareness and caution must be exercised when considering their use. If you're looking for a quick answer, then USADA recommends you only use supplements certified by NSF Certified for Sport as a way to best reduce your risk. And don't forget to like if you found this information helpful and it saved you time, and subscribe so you continue to get relevant, up-to-date fitness, health, and nutrition information.